a new episode, and we want to analyze what happened to Jay Israel, and how Jay Israel decided to put himself in an uncomfortable position, and how he nearly ruined, I would say he has ruined the trust most people have in him, because it's hard to get back trust once it's been broken. So we want you to watch this video, and when we come back, we'll come back, we'll talk.
Yes. This gentleman, Evidence, went live, and he was sharing the footage that he was sharing. Many of you can see in the footage that I was listening. Most of the time I was listening. I was doing a lot of listening, because it was not my story that I was listening to, but it was the story of the guest that I was going to bring to come and sit with me on my broadcast. And I remember very well that she was narrating her encounter with Emmanuel Makandiwa. Emmanuel Makandiwa, being a man, I don't have any personal encounters with him. He is somebody that I have known from Zimbabwe, somebody that I have known just like all the other people that I know from Zimbabwe, just from a distance. So in this case, Emmanuel Makandiwa's exposure is not something that I was going to do based on my personal experience with him, but it is something that I was going to do based on information that was brought to me by different people. As I go and as I get deeper and deeper into the broadcast, I'm going to reveal certain truths, and I'm going to reveal certain things. Some of the things I'm going to reveal are going to be extremely shocking to some of the people who are watching right now. So I really want you to take time, be as attentive as you can be as I begin to explain what really transpired and how we got to where we are today. Just to give a bit of a background, I met, or rather I started talking to Blessing Mashangwa a few months ago. She reached out to me after a live broadcast that I had done talking about Makandiwa. She reached out to me, and we started talking from there. As we started talking, I was busy planning to relocate from Durban to Johannesburg. And as I was relocating from Durban to Johannesburg, she offered a property. She offered a property which I was paying for. It was not a free property, just like what other people, all these other fake journalists are spreading online and stuff like that. It was a property that I paid for, and so I took occupation in the property. And part of the property, I turned it into a studio, which is something that is fully known by everybody who has been following me over the past months. I turned part of the property into a studio, and it's something that I've been working on, to launch my my online ministry, and also to prepare for the 2021 online ministry that I will be doing starting from this coming year. So as we went on to talk, to each other, talking, she shared her experience with me with Makandiwa. And as she was sharing her experience with me with Makandiwa, at the time I was still contemplating whether I should do an exposure on Makandiwa or I should not. I was contemplating, and I remember sometime in October, I actually did a poster, and I was supposed to do an exposure on Makandiwa, but I decided to stop because the information that had been brought to me, it was still questionable, to some extent. It was still questionable, so I decided to put it on hold. I had actually designed a poster for it, and I did not share the poster. Probably shared the poster with one or two people, but I didn't put it out there on my social media. Up until a certain time, when a certain person whom many of you know right here, if you're watching me right now, you are fully aware of the person I'm about to mention. This man reached out to me. He reached out to me. Firstly, he reached out through one of his sons whom I know personally. We've had a relationship from all the way from Zimbabwe. So he reached out to me and he said, look, my father wants to talk to you, man. You know what? We are from Zimbabwe. You know, at times we need to make peace, whatever it is. You know, let's talk. So I said, okay, it's fine. So eventually we started talking with Uebert Angel. We started talking, and as we started talking, I'm not forgetting the Blessing Mashangwa part that I just mentioned. I'm going to get back to it. That is why I want you to be extremely attentive to what I'm going to say. So we started talking, myself and Uebert Angel, we started talking. And as we started talking, he was asking me about the ministry, the exposure and everything. So what are you doing now? You have not been broadcasting for some time. And I told him I'm busy building my studio right now. That is why I am not broadcasting that much as I used to. So in the process, we started talking about evidence. We started talking about evidence, and he was asking me, I remember the last time you were exposing evidence. What happened? Are you done with him? Are you done with them? Then I said, no. I'm not yet done, but there's just things that I'm just trying to verify before I can, even go ahead with the exposure, which is something that I'm not considering, because now I am looking at focusing mainly on the online ministry that I'm going to be launching. Now, in the next few minutes, there's an audio that I'm going to play for you. An audio that I'm going to play for you, which is a conversation between myself and Uebert Angel, a conversation that we had. And in that conversation, you're going to take note of certain things that are very key. I had decided to build my studio and now focus on preaching and focus on the online ministry, taking the Back to Christ movement to all the ends of the world, just as I have been saying over these past months. But when I started talking to Uebert Angel, who happens to be Emmanuel Makandiwa's brother or slash friend, or whatever, I don't know. So when we started talking, he said to me, he has got information on Emmanuel Makandiwa. He has got information on Makandiwa that he would like to share with me, so that I may go and share with the public, to let people know, the real Makandiwa and who really he is. Because according to him, he is a very cunning man. He's a cunning man who comes out to the public, portrays a different image, yet behind the scenes, he is not what he portrays to be. Now, this is according to Uebert Angel. So, in the conversation I'm going to play, an audio I'm going to play, you're going to get to hear a lot of things that he mentioned in that conversation that I had with him. Now, I want you to take note of the fact that I had clearly stopped with the exposure and everything. And I was now focusing on building a studio so that I may establish the online ministry. Up until Uebert Angel came into the picture, and he was giving information about Emmanuel Makandiwa. Now, before I go deeper and deeper into explaining a lot of things, I just want you to take some time. This is an audio, this is a recording that was recorded. It was a video call conversation that we had using one of his son's phone. The same son who reached out to me at first, wanting me to talk to Uebert Angel and stuff like that, is the same son whose phone I was using at the time. We're talking on a video call, and the phone call was recorded. Yeah, the phone call was recorded, and I recorded the conversation that we had on that particular day. So you're going to listen to this conversation, and then after you listen to the conversation, you'll come back. After we come back together, I'm going to explain further how we got to where we are today, and answer all the questions that are surrounding all these things that are happening online at the present moment. So wherever you are, just sit back. I want you to listen to this audio. Listen very well. And this is Uebert Angel talking about Emmanuel Makandiwa, the supposed friend, brother, or whatever. I don't know how they relate, but this is him talking to me and giving me information that I'm supposed to come and expose about Emmanuel Makandiwa. So just go through the audio, go through it, listen to it, and then when you're done, come back. Then we'll continue.
Chari akatoshinga kundiata akadobva ndakomusiya akadaro zvakundobva ndazoti right uya kuno. Ndakazongomubuditsira nyaya dzake kusvikira angodisappear paFacebook. Aiwa, no. Ndakazomboretaliate zvangu paFacebook because I had nothing against Chari. Chari angatori mufesi wangu taitotaura. Atingoperwa nedata girl.
Should be here. Let me check. Internet access positive. Let me just click data.
Ndio mkuru wenyu na Makandiwa ndakare.
Mira ndise data bank.
Chimodzi kumunza la ndongo zote zinoti.
Zinoudza data.
Azingapindulire.
Zinoipindura nyaya idzi.
Adiripo. Nderechi. Ndere power.
Ndari katimovisa pavideo koubvunza. Kuti dhara ivi yaikira Makandiwa yakamubira sei yasitsaragurai.
Ndera dzibvunza.
So you went on video and attacked him back or what?
Yeah, ndakamuataka back ndikavasanganisa vese nababa vake papo. Mati? Aiwa, handisati handisandaenda live kapapa. I think it's been a month now in some weeks. Pandiri kutongoenda live ndikutanga nawo ivavo because nditori nenyaya yavo yandisandapedza nayo. Ndapedza then ndapedza zvangu ndenda kuchiparidza ndenda kuuya kwamuri ndenda kuuya kwamuri ndichiti papa ndikumbirawo semoni. Aiwa, I think mari yekusaidi uko handiide zvangu. Aiwa, uko handiide. Because ndikakolekta mari yekusaidi uko ndenda betray vanhu vakawanda stereki vari kumudawo kuti murume iye. Ndenda tobetray vanhu vakawanda vanenge vakatoisawo mahopes avo mandiri kuti ndichatovabatsira kuti titoachiva something. Because vanenge vakawanda vanhu vari kuchema. All right. Hamsadar. Aiwa, iyoyo manje. Iroro ndodemo manje iroro. Ndikutare muna vafoni here. And the call on hold. Put on hold.
Na ndio wana makuwa boy.
I think cut. Yeah, they took us a cut. I don't connect interventions on the.
Sasa tunaona
Yeah, no, I can't as a cut.
Kana ndazakata. Painongokoneka inongotangira kuyako. Iroro idemo manje baba, iroro idemo manje iroro. Mzada. Mena ndinomziya.
Yakuzambata mina ndizambata nena da. Mina ndakafana ndiwe fungwa zake. Yeah, ndakafana ndiwe stop. Don't even get involved with Menard.
Okay.
and try to cut. But men I think yakatokotela nemo yachisa changu kuona way.
Ipapo muka
Isachinopadara kudai. Misa iko.
Ipapo mukatondipa ndimbate Maynard. Ndinombuditsawo mbuditsiro wanenchida kudzipa.
Aiwa kana Maynard can actually be close to you.
Nice. Mukatoti ndaura naMaynard kana atori nenhingi, it's fine.
Alright. It's fine. Alright, son.
Patatorongerwa conspiracy papa, it is serious. That is 7 baby, the 2 akadzi.
And Makandiwa.
Kebab Productions. Zvokufamba.
Ngazofona.
Masango matema kebaki. But I'm hoping kuti after by end of day today, no, pane zvinenge zvaitika tinenge right. Hataita paripo.
So welcome back. Just so you are, maybe you are just joining us for the very first time. My name is Jay Israel. I'm sure you already know, and this is probably my last broadcast that I'm going to be doing in this year 2020, and I just want to put everything on record and also set the record straight and bring out the truth about all these things that are circulating online and all the assumptions that have been made by people. A lot of people have called me a scammer, extortioner, extortionist, or whatever words they have come up with. But look, it is very important for me to note that ever since I started doing what I'm doing, I don't remember a single day that I ever did it for money. I don't remember a single day that I ever approached anyone asking for money. Going back to the conversation that you just had, I'm sure you can hear my voice clearly in the conversation where I'm saying I'm not going to accept any amount of money for me to stop this exposure. Because if I accept any amount of money, I will have betrayed hundreds of people, if not thousands or millions of people, who have put their hopes in me for all this wickedness to be exposed and to be brought out to the public. As I'm speaking all this and as I'm saying all this, I don't declare myself a saint. I don't declare myself a perfect person, but I'm still a work in progress. And as I've just turned 28, just a few days ago, celebrated my birthday at 28, I consider myself a blessed young man. Because young men my age are probably out there doing different things, but I decided to commit myself to the work of God. With my shortfalls, with my shortcomings, with my mistakes and my flaws, I believe that one day I'm going to get there. But going back to the audio that you listened, that's the conversation that I had between myself and Uebert Angel. And you can clearly hear, he was telling me that this man, Makandiwa, has got two wives that are confirmed. And he goes on to say he also has 7 girlfriends. Now, the 7 girlfriend part is not something that is said audibly with his mouth because it was on a video call. So he just put the phone down and he said, he just gave me the sign 7. And he said, these are the number of people, the number of girlfriends that he has. I'm sure you can hear at the end of the call, I was telling the people that I was with that, hey, he was just telling me that Makandiwa has got 7 girlfriends. I was also shocked because knowing Knowing Emmanuel Makandiwa from, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere from Zimbabwe, he's not somebody that I've ever had any issues surrounding women. Even some of the people from his church were calling me to give me information that they wanted me to expose. The more I would ask them about women and stuff, they would clearly state that when it comes to women, the man is clean. When it comes to women, the man is clean. He doesn't do women at all. So when it came from Uebert Angel, I'm sure you can also hear from the same conversation that he clearly said he's the only person who knows about this. And this is a credible source. This is not somebody who's claiming to be a friend or claiming to be a brother. This is a friendship that is known in the public. This is a brotherhood that is known in the public. So he clearly stated that he's the only one who knows. So this was a credible source. I took the information, and then he said to me he's going to give me somebody to talk to who's going to give me the full details of what exactly it is all about. And in the process, I understand that there was also a girl, one of the girlfriends from Gweru, that he kept on pestering and pushing to say, as you start exposing, don't forget to mention the issue of Gweru. Don't forget to mention the issue of Gweru. I don't know what for, but look, I'm not saying all this to cause confusion or anything, but I'm just saying this to bring enlightenment to the people that during this whole situation, as this whole thing was going round and doing circles, I became a victim in the process because my assignment was to take information and bring it to the public. Just to receive information from people who say that this is what so-and-so is doing and this is wickedness. Go ahead and talk about it. That was my assignment. So when I now sat down, after everything was done, and he gave me somebody to talk to, but I was not comfortable talking to other people. Hence, I started talking to the brother, somebody that I've also known from Zimbabwe. We've known each other over the years. I started talking to the brother, and as I was talking to the brother, there's things that he mentioned that when I finally sat down with Blessing Mashangwa, when she was explaining to me in that footage that you saw, when she was telling me that she's going to speak about the issue of the second wife, of herself being the second wife, and other things and stuff and everything that she spoke about. But in the process, you can hear in the video, you can hear her saying that, but that this is a lie. That's when I realized that, okay, so this is a plot. This is a plot, and this is not something that is factual and real. There's no reality in what this person is planning to go and speak. That's when I was awakened to the fact that this is a plot. Little did I know that already the information that Blessing was giving to me, it was directly compatible with the information that I was getting from UK, from Uebert Angel's side, about the second wife and everything. So to me, I was sitting there in my head thinking that, okay, so this is the second wife that Uebert Angel is talking about. And I'm under the impression that these people already are in talking terms because of the kind of information that is so similar, So I'm under that impression, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking that, okay, probably they know something that I don't know, but when it came out that this is a plot, it shook me at the same time, but I just had to compose myself and just sit still and just keep on listening, because what I do is to listen. Listening is what I do. I just listen. Nothing else. I just listen. No matter what happens, I listen. If somebody comes to me, they say, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about this, I listen. And in my listening, I can never be against whoever is bringing information to me. We'll always be in agreement. But the execution part is what determines whether we are really in agreement or we are not in agreement. I don't know if I'm making myself clear right there. So just so we know that we are moving together and we are going along together. So coming to the flopped broadcast that I was going to do, already on that broadcast, I knew that there was a problem already. That is why the broadcast was not even that long, because already I had picked it up that there is a problem somewhere. And some of the information that I might allow to be released on my platform, it might get back to me again tomorrow, considering the kind of information that I've already had and gathered, and according to my own analysis that I've made as a person, it is, I believe it's very important for me to clarify certain things, as I move forward with this broadcast. I'm not here to how can I put it? I'm not here to clear myself, but I'm actually here to admit to the fact that I was also wrong. I was also wrong during the whole process of everything that transpired. And my main mistake was to actually proceed with the broadcast. Go ahead and even release a poster, about the exposure of Emmanuel Makandiwa, even though I had gathered all these points and facts that I had gathered, surrounding the whole thing, the whole plot that was being done against Emmanuel Makandiwa. And according to my own findings, I now realized in the process that these two people actually talk, Blessing Mashangwa and Uebert Angel, because of the information that was coming from Angel and the information that was coming from Blessing in terms of the second wife. It was actually at par, and I was under the impression that these people, they have actually drafted this thing and they have actually come up with this plot together. So Blessing actually fitted perfectly well, the role of the second wife, which I would like to, put out there right now that it was a plot according to my findings and everything. And my mistake was to go ahead and proceed with the broadcast, even after my spirit, had been awakened to the fact that I saw that this was a plot. So going forward, many people will be asking, so when you were sitting in that lounge and you were discussing everything that you were discussing, who was recording the whole conversation that we're having? That is why it actually took me some time to do this live broadcast that I have done. It took me some time because I've been busy investigating. I think I've interrogated Blessing at some point, and I have fought with her at some point, because I was saying to her, were you sent to come and record me so that you can bring down my ministry and destroy my ministry? I had a back and forth conversation with her about that, to a point where she even decided to block me at some point, because I was saying, but it doesn't make sense. Why would I be involved in a conversation like this, and all of a sudden social media is going crazy and everybody is saying Jezra? Why would I put myself in a position where I'm bringing myself down? So as I was busy doing my research and my investigation and everything, I got to know that at the house there are some gentlemen. There are some gentlemen employed by Blessing, to do garden and maintenance in the house and everything that needs to be done. According to my investigation and everything, that is why I've decided to even come live today to talk about this. One of the gentlemen, his name is Lloyd, I think, and he has gone missing. He has gone not missing, but he has since left, and nobody knows where he is. He has changed his numbers and everything. I discovered that there are some things that were stolen in the house. Things were stolen in the house, and I also discovered as well that these are the same gentlemen who planted cameras in that lounge where we were sitting and we're discussing and everything with Blessing. And I also discovered again that the same gentlemen, they took the footage and they sold it to evidence. They sold it to evidence. And they gave it to him, and for what reason, I don't know. But in the same process of my findings again, I found out that they were doing all this because of employer-employee issues that I don't want to talk about on this broadcast between Blessing and them. I don't know what issues that was happening, but they did all this, and they sold the footage to evidence. And after they sold the footage to him, this is according to my investigation. And I can clearly state that my investigation is true. Evidence bought the footage that he played on his live broadcast from these gentlemen. And the gentlemen have since gone MIA. They made money out of it. And in the process, it has caused me so much pain, so much damage. It has caused a lot of damage to my reputation. But I believe that with this truth, God will do something. I know that after this broadcast is done, Uebert is going to release certain recordings that he has where he was telling me not to attack Makandiwa. But I'm also going to play some recordings for you because after he saw that the broadcast had failed, he now came back to me, telling me that I must not attack Makandiwa, but I knew he was recording me so that he can go and play these audios for Makandiwa, just to try and act as if they are together. But I'm sure you heard for yourself, in the first audio where he was clearly stating the things that he was stating and the things that he was telling me. So it's not my word against his word, but it's his word in the audio against himself. So I want you to listen to an audio where I was talking to him, and he was asking me not to attack Makandiwa, and just listen to my response and what I said. All this was done after the live broadcast had failed, and it was just done to try and prove to Makandiwa that they are together, they are brothers and whatnot. But this is brother to brother, friend to friend. I enter nowhere in that. Just listen to it.
Hello, Papa. I just need one favor, Papa.
Yeah.
I'm going to return that favor also.
Okay.
Papa, please talk to Maynard for me.
What happened again?
To give me whatever he has on Zimbabwe. Please, Papa. Just that favor only. Just that favor, Papa. Just that one favor. Because, Papa, I think that's my only way out. Imagine 6,000 views, Papa, and our second wife has my phone. So I'm not yet aware with the teacher. So I think debate me not. Because remember, Papa, I was trying to do this for you and following your script. But now blessing atrocities, so don't leave me now, Papa. Just this favor, Papa. Nothing else.
Let me call you in a few minutes.
Okay, Papa. Thank you so much.
6002.
Hello, Papa.
How are you?
Papa, beyond reasonable doubt, Papa. Zimbabwe is the one pushing this one.
But I told you, but team it fights. Team no fighter.
This is Mark, Papa. There is no other ways, Papa. It's confirmed.
But those guys who go in like Shaku defender, then that's what they do. They fought me, remember?
I know, and that can only come from the top. That guy cannot just do him Sorwaki.
I don't know what either. It's a beef. That's why I kept on saying, I send the moon. Beef, you don't know about that those guys never surrender. But it's a very bad move.
Problem deputy and actual.
But at least you knew it before I posted it.
I knew it, Papa. Remember, I wrote there on his own story and trades after an image.
Yeah, kufonera mukuru wacho manje anongotatizvisei.
But anenge achiziya.
Kutaura kwamunguudza tandizve handimbozviziviwo mandiona here ndichitaura nyaya yacho. That's it. Who is stuck?
I think.
To you, leave this guy alone. Leave Mark alone. Mark is. So I was willing to do anything to stop you from mentioning anything about him. Because
I think I done a message, Papa. I'm going to fuck off foot.
Trust me, it'll be, he never, I remember I told you yesterday, he himself to come out and say this, and his team will do it. His team will do it. His team will, and it, I don't know. But your friend was Akakuza, Akati Arugao Ndeseki.
Not only my details, but I got the Baba. Mapindiro nitimu wombecha musku vavari kushandisa mukomana wemudiki but timu hombe ndo itori driving force behind.
But anokwanisa kuudza a few 1 or 2 details ndezvechii.
Akatadza kutaura anything.
So what do you think kuti vanhu vakabata?
I don't know. I can't even think of anything.
What's the reason, Ajiji? The reason?
What surprised me the most is that after we spoke, and he gave me the information he gave me about Makandiwa and all the things that he said about Makandiwa, the most surprising thing is that afterwards he came back to me again and he said, don't attack Makandiwa. Don't talk about him. Don't attack him. But I knew that he was just doing that to record me and prove to Makandiwa that he has tried to say this and that because that's how it is. But anyway, I don't want to talk much on that. It is what it is. Whatever that is going to happen after this, I want you to know that this is the ultimate truth. And apart from this, there is no other truths that you can ever hear. This is the truth, and this is exactly what the world needs to know. To everybody who's watching right now, I know you've been having so many different opinions, different assumptions, but just to clear all that, I want you to know that I am doing this not for money, not for anything, but I've been doing this from day one just for the sake of your eyes to be opened. And when your eyes are opened, I'm happy. I'm not a saint. I'm not perfect. I'm still somebody who's growing towards perfection. And at this very moment in time, I need your prayers the most. Wherever you are, pray for me. Have me in your prayers. Anytime you go down on your knees to pray, pray for me. When Uebert Angel made a phone call, I remember one time he called me and he told me to stay on the line. And he made a phone call to Makandiwa. And when he was talking to Makandiwa on that line, he was telling him that I'm going to be going live and stuff like that. And what does he have to say? What does he have to say? And I remember Makandiwa saying that, no, let him go ahead with the broadcast. Let him go ahead with the broadcast. It's fine. Don't stop him. Let him go ahead with the broadcast. So after the phone call, he got back to me and he said that he was a bit shaken because now he was asking me, what is it that do you think they have? And why do you think they're giving you a green light to go ahead with the broadcast? What do you think they have? So after some time, I'm sure he realized that, he probably realized that they had nothing, you know. He probably realized that they had nothing. And so we decided to continue with the broadcast. And the broadcast went on. As you all know, everything that happened, and we are where we are today. If I remember very well, I remember evidence saying that I contacted him before I went live. You know, that's very true. I got in touch with him as somebody that I used to talk to, you know, way back. I got in touch with him and I told him that I'm going to be going live and I'll be talking about your father and about 1, 2, 3, 4. And, you know, he told me to go ahead with the broadcast, which is something that is only dawning on my mind now, that because he knew that he already had the footage and he already knew what was coming in the broadcast, because the footage was already sold to him. So looking at these guys, I'm sure when they looked around and they saw the footage and they had the footage and they had the information in the footage, they looked around and I'm sure the only closest person whom they could think of taking the footage to was evidence and nobody else. You know? I'm sure probably they tried other people, but evidence took it up upon himself, because obviously he's trying to please his father as well. So, because he knew that he already has the footage, he just told me you can go ahead with the broadcast, knowing very well that everything was already planned and everything was already in place to bring disgrace upon myself and humiliation upon myself. But to God be the glory. I thank God for everything that has happened. And I really, really thank God, for I know that in life we learn, we love, we live, and we move on.
Okay, you're back.
Welcome back.
So, do you know my first point in this video?
What?
Uebert Angel is somebody that J. Israel has been insulting and exposing. So, at what point in J. Israel's head does he think that Uebert Angel likes him? For him to be having this kind of conversation with Uebert Angel and calling him Papa.
They even talk as if they
are close.
Pow.
Why is he talking to Uebert Angel that he's calling a charlatan? Talking to him as if they are friends, as they are close. I don't understand that part. Can you please enlighten me?
See, the problem is, I don't know if I should say, I believe 28 years of age is not a baby age.
He's a small boy, but he's not a small boy.
He's not even a small boy. at the age of 28 you are married, you have a lot of people that are married, you have kids, you understand. So for a 28 years old man, and you speak, it's just like when you are exposing Afro-Cow, and for you to receive Afro-Cow's call and still like bowing to him and obeying him.
Take me as an example. When Prophet TB Joshua's those white guys came to meet us, that they will tell us to go and meet Prophet TB Joshua. What did we tell them?
We rubbish them now. We said we can't come for what now?
They told us that Prophet TB Joshua wants to see us. So how are we going to go and face Prophet TB Joshua and say, oh, Prophet TB, after we have exposed, we have said things about Prophet TB Joshua, we will now go to his church and say, oh, Papa, what are we going to say there? That it is the devil. It is the devil that used us.
You understand? So now, he is so lacking of something that is very important.
He lacks wisdom.
There is no shingom in his head. Something is blocking something.
I said wisdom. You said
no
shingom.
Wisdom. It's shingom.
Okay.
You don't know. That's why Solomon asked God. When God say what you will say, God give me shingom.
Shingom. Continue.
He asked for shingom. You understand? So he doesn't have a complete shingom. That is where the problem comes from.
I know the Bible said wisdom is profitable to direct. And he calls himself a pastor. He cannot direct wisdom.
Yes. And he doesn't understand a plot. When somebody is trying to give you plot of land, you should know. When somebody is trying to plot your downfall, you should be smart enough. So the truth about this video is this phone call. That is where you will know that this Uebert Angel plots everything in that video.
Uebert Angel is a manipulator.
Please, I want you to say it clear because I don't know. People say they don't understand my English. So let me
break it down for you.
How come that
Uebert Angel is what we call a manipulator. Is what we call a narcissist.
Yes, capitulator.
Uebert Angel is smooth. He knows how to talk. He's very eloquent. He knows how to push people like chess. J. Israel from the beginning should have used his brain to say that this man is friends to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe being Makandiwa.
Yes.
They are close friends.
UK, Zimbabwe.
They are close friends. Why would Uebert Angel be telling me this? That he has 2 wives, he has 7 girlfriends.
Yes.
And if you hear the conversation said, he was saying Angel can like gossip.
Yes.
He was saying Angel like gossip.
You already know those things before. That he likes gossip. Yet you still give him 100% of your time.
Calling him Papa.
You understand? So people, what you are trying to say in this video is the downfall. Not it didn't fall to the core, but what makes Jay Israel in that viral video, the main man behind the viral video is Uebert Angel. That's what we are trying to say.
No, you see why Jay Israel is foolish. I'm sorry to say, he's a foolish somebody. Now, you have stopped expose. They now told you, I have information on Zimbabwe.
Yes.
I will send you to somebody. You go there. You act. First of all, he was even saying, why don't you bait Zimbabwe so that they pay you off? Key point. So that is how Uebert Angel has been paying off victims.
Victim, yes. All those people are you.
And you are talking to him as if calling him Papa. He said bait them so they might pay you off.
Yes.
Jay Israel said, no, Papa, if I collect money, I would have betrayed all the people following me.
Yes.
That part we like.
Yes.
But you are playing with the devil and you are not smart enough. He sent you to go and meet Blessing. When you entered Blessing's house, when somebody is trying to bait you, you will know toothpick. If somebody is trying to bring words from your mouth, you are supposed to be smart.
I thought of something. he was just trying to, when you want to catch a monkey, you behave like a monkey. But you were like, this one pass the monkey. This is blessing. She was just putting the word in his mouth, so that he would talk.
He was just breathing and talk. He was just vomiting.
Yes, now
stupidly.
Instead of him to calm down, let this person already. He said his instinct told him that this is a plot. Instead of you to withdraw yourself.
The mumu still does not know that the whole thing is a plot between Makandiwa, Uebert, and Blessing. The mumu is still saying that he called Blessing. Why did you have to bring down my ministry? Blessing blocked him. Because he now did the investigation. It's a Blessing workers of Blessing and Blessing did not pay. You are a mumu.
The person that did all that was Uebert Angel's plan.
You are a mumu.
That Blessing was paid for this.
Blessing has collected her own ben.
Makandiwa knows about it.
Makandiwa and Uebert Angel plotted this. You remember so that they can run you down.
You remember he said he never knew that Blessing and Uebert Angel have been discussing. That is where the problem comes from. Do you know where? When they now put it in, they put him in the middle. When they now see that he has failed and that video has gone viral, that is bringing his name down, he now told him. When he now Jay now called Uebert Angel now told him.
You know what? He now called him. He called him. He said, "Papa, I need more information on Zimbabwe." How can you trust? He said, "Jay is stupid somebody." That's why I'm telling you that you are still calling the same person that set you up. Yes. To give you information on somebody is planning with to bring you down. You say no information on Zimbabwe.
You know why? Because he didn't understand. He never get the info.
Because he's not smart.
That is the smartest. That's why I tell you, he should ask for God. God, give me shingom. This thing will help you. Ask God.
You are the dullest person we know. You are dull.
Uebert Angel called you that he want to expose somebody that that he knows about the information about, that is the only person that knows that Zimbabwe has 7 girlfriends, 2 wives. He sent you to meet somebody. After everything, the video they planned, they plot against you was out. He's bringing down your name. Now you still called the same man. That one now do as if it's a sense that I want you to hear.
Lelo, stop. I told you to stop the expose on Zimbabwe.
See, just forget him.
And you are still calling him Papa. Jay Israel, you are young enough to be my younger brother. If I have cane, if I say, I will flog sense into your head.
And he's young enough to be my younger brother. So learn. He's paying me my senior brother. I'm not happy.
You don't have sense.
I'm not happy.
If I see skin, I will lie you down and I will flog sense into your head. Uebert Angel played you like ping pong.
And you are still calling him.
Papa.
See the tone that he used. Very lamenting.
This is somebody that you are. So if you call Bushiri now, you will call Bushiri Papa too.
If you call
Aluka too, you will call him Papa too. Because you don't have sense. You are not fully free from these charlatans. And they will still use you again because you don't have sense. They will use it. They will use this.
That's why I say pray for me.
See, wisdom is profitable to direct. If you are eating, that is what the Bible said. If you are eating with the devil, go to carpenter, let them construct long spoon. You will be taking the thing before the devil go reach you. You piage.
You run.
You pia. Don't sit down there and be calling devil Papa. Papa has Papa you now. See, let me tell you, this your apology is just a band-aid. It's a band-aid. You need to have sense. You need to have sense. Don't come and be doing rubbish here.
And I hope all people watching, you understand this video. The plotter of everything. Even the world might not know, but if you watch this video carefully, the conversation will let you will understand that Uebert was behind everything.
It's not just Uebert and Makandiwa.
Yes.
It's a plot.
You know, two of them.
Makandiwa.
Yes, nah. He was you know that part.
And you know why it's not just Uebert and Makandiwa? You know why? Uebert is the godfather of all the charlatans this man has been exposing. All of them came together to say, let's bring down this mumu. Behind the back, it's just not Uebert and Makandiwa, because he has not even talked about Makandiwa. You know, it's between Aflukau, Bushiri,
Yes.
Zoto, all of them, Makandiwa. It's an association of prophets, which Uebert Angel is the head that brought you down.
Let's leave.
Think.
My prayer is for God to give you knowledge and jingle.
Have sense. You see, as we are here, before they talk, we are taught. Some people will call us trying to bring word from our mouth, trying to call. Oga, calm down. We don't talk anyhow. If you invite us to anywhere, if we don't know you, we don't go. Calm down. Have sense. 2021, let them not, they will kill you like chicken. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you like, don't have sense. Don't forget, for a chicken fee, a small fee, you can have your product displayed here on our table. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at LaughMayor, and follow him on Instagram at
Yes, me, I don't know why thousands of people will watch video and it's hard for you to follow on Instagram. That Instagram is important.
Follow us on Instagram.
Please.
Because we are begging you. You will get to see things that we cannot put on YouTube. Follow us. You enjoy following us on Instagram. Thank you very much.